kneel on one knee, my face towards the sky. To you I will confess. Can you hear me? When I confess.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tony Gomez Show. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and I have the pleasure of interviewing tonight the one and only Miggy Sanchez, singer for Relent, and
What up?
the percussionist and backing vocals for Ill fucking Niño. That's right, Ill Niño.
Yeah, man.
Miggy, good to see you, man. Pleasure to finally meet you tonight. How's it going, man?
Dude, thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. Marcus told me a lot of good things about you, bro. So I was like looking forward to it, man. But you, that referral, man. Thank you guys for having me. I love being here.
Oh man, the pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's all mine. Yeah, me and Marcus go way back. Me and my old school band Killamora used to do shows with his band Shattered Sun back in the day, all the time.
Yeah.
And,
I remember seeing you guys. I've seen you a few times back in the day.
Wow, dude, that's cool.
Yeah,
we played the rock pretty often, and we opened up for Ill Niño back in the day, and Static X a couple of times. We did Sounds of the Underground, dude. We had a good time.
Oh yeah,
had a good run. But
that was 2006, right? Sounds of the Underground, the last one.
2005 with As I Lay Down.
2005.
Yeah.
In Flames headline that one too, right?
They were there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
Fucking Cannibal Corpse, Trivium. Oh,
dude,
man.
that was a great show, bro.
It was killer. One of the best I've ever had. You know, me, I'm a like a weekend warrior, bro. I've always had a day job, and I've raised a couple of great kids. I got a daughter who's turning 28 tomorrow, and a son that's fixing to turn 22. And
wow.
I see the flashes in the background. I'm like, hey, what the hell?
Yeah, bro. I'm in the hood, bro. So like, cops come by, you're gonna hear cars racing, but
hey, that's cool, man. Hell yeah, I like it. And since raising two kids, it's kept me grounded here with the day job. But at the whole time, I've always had bands going ever since I was back in '86 with my first band, and I started on drums. And
nice.
Then I've been singing since 1990, and
nice.
Still singing up to right now. I got 3 bands that I got rolling, and just like you, man, I just love what I do. I love what I do.
You still look young, dog. Look at you. Shoot, man, that's what's up, bro.
I'll be 53 this year, man, and I think heavy metal keeps me young. And
I think my dad's 53 or 52, something like that. Yeah.
No,
you're young, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I feel great, man. I feel great. And it's not by chance. It's by 30 years of exercising, and I'm not really a drinker. So, things really hadn't taken its toll on me as they would on some of my other buddies. But, to say, let me get started, man. I want to start by saying Daniel Adama, my producer, my engineer, and my supporter of the Tony Gomez Show, and for Daniel Adama Productions, and your photographer on the road with Ill Niño, he turned me on to Relent. And it was just by chance. He had the music jamming while we were doing some shit over here at the house, getting my podcast set up. And, I asked him, what's that? He goes, hey, that's Relent. Check it out, dude. That's got one of the members from Ill Niño. That's his other band. And that song's called Heavy. I said, shit, all right. And so, man, dude, it caught my ear, dude. You got a fucking great fucking voice, dude.
Oh, man, thank you so much, dude.
On Heavy, all the freaking tracks really stand out, man. But I got to give a shout out to some of these tracks that really caught my ear, that I just kept on repeating while I was going through and listening to all your music was Ghost. And of course, Low is fucking catchy as hell. The other couple are like Think You Got It. Hell, that's a badass video as well. Last Days. And another one that really fucking got me, 'cause I felt like a lot of them you come hard, but on another track, Critical, just even a little dirtier. I thought, man. I love it, bro. You bring so much to the table, bro. Lyrically,
thank you, man.
You keep it so interesting and so just rocking, man. You rock it from the beginning to the end, and you always seem to give the song what it needs. Phrasing, the vibe. It just, I haven't seen it done very much done that well very often. Besides some of the other guys that I think you guys kind of compare to are like John in Seven Dust,
Yeah, dude.
You got some great pipes, dude. And
Dude, I appreciate it, man. That means the world hearing that stuff, dude. I'm just a hard worker, bro. That really, I just put in the work, dog, and just, you know, let the music talk for itself.
yeah.
But to hear those words, man, it blesses my heart, man. So for real, thank you so much.
Oh man, and I love to hear you say that, dude. I'm a big fan of where you're coming from. You know, I love Jesus Christ. He's
Let's
my Lord
go.
and Savior, and I'm trying
Yeah.
to put that out there as well, bro. I really don't. I've unintentionally wrote some lyrics that that kind of put me there. You know, the intro song we had was a song called "Confess,"
I
and
heard it. I
and
heard it. I was like, hey, what's going on?
yeah, that's a jam I did with Killamora, and it's about my confessing to God. And
Yeah.
so I know where you're coming from, man, and I love that part of the pride that you put into your
Yeah.
lyrics when you're coming from that end. And the song that got me was your first single, man, "Rise," dude. "Rise" comes
Oh,
hard, bro.
word.
That's
Yeah.
heavy, dude. I love the lyrics. It's a powerful song, and no wonder it was a great start to really get make it a fan favorite and getting
Yeah.
everybody to really kind of sing along, dude. I love that
For sure.
chorus, man. I love you. I'm falling in love with you. Oh man,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
very, very, very cool, man. I really
Dude, thank you, man.
I like a lot of Christian music. I like Mercy Me. I like who did I just go see? Toby Mac. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I really dig it, man. And when I go to those concerts, it's uplifting, it's refreshing, it's energizing. And to go out there and sing these songs to the Lord, man, I know how great it feels, bro. And
It's the
so
best thing in the world,
yeah,
dog.
yeah, bro, it's the best. It's the best. So powerful. So let me get things started, man. So what got you started first? Was it singing? Was it drumming? Was it maybe another instrument? And what motivated you to get going with that, or influenced you to start playing?
Word. So the first instrument that I really wanted to do, that I guess you could say I kind of mastered, was drums. As a kid, like my pops is a drummer. My pops was in the music scene, doing his thing, man. Like he was always in bands, and so like I was
Yeah,
always around that type of stuff, man. I was at his gigs, at his practices, so I just naturally, it was embedded in me that I was gonna be a musician, right?
yeah,
But yeah, drums were my first love, man. It's the first thing that I really picked up and like I couldn't put down. Fell in love with it. I did it all through high school, jazz band, marching band,
wow,
and then played for some bands. And but yeah, dude, drums was the first thing, and mad love to my pops, dude, for kind of being the hero in that, and just me just wanted to be like him. That's all, how it started. So
yeah, man, that's so awesome that you're blessed to have that that music background already in the house.
yeah,
You always being along to spread that love with your dad, and it rubbing
yeah,
off
dude,
like that, man.
that's
That's
what's up,
great.
man.
From my background, I didn't have that. My dad was a cop. He worked all the time. My mom worked for Southwestern Bell, and she worked all the time. And
Bro, I haven't heard that name in years. Southwestern Bell, dog.
old school. That's
That's
been crazy.
throwback, dog.
Yeah, that's right, man. Hell yeah. Like I said, man, I'm in my 50s, so I go back. So, we may be talking about Grandies or something later on, or Panchos,
Yeah,
you
dude.
know, some of those old school eateries, man. But,
Heck yeah.
damn, I kind of got off the subject. But I think let me bring it back. So, having your dad being able to be that big influence right there, and you kind of picking up on drums, man, that's fucking badass. Who are your favorite drummers?
Oh, dude. I mean, obviously, I gotta give my pops a shout out. But man, I
Yeah.
grew up on the progress. My dad's a classic metal guy, heavy metal, progressive metal. He had it all down. So,
Whoa.
anyone from, I mean, Mike Portnoy to obviously,
Yeah.
dude, there's so many to name. Neil Peart. So I grew up on all the classic stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the just Deep Purple. Just bands that my dad was just always listening to, and these drummers are the guys that really like taught me how to play, because I remember getting the albums, going to my room, putting them on my radio, and just air drumming. Like we were
Yes.
poor, so like we never really had a drum set at home. So like I would just air drum, literally, and that's how I learned how to play. And it was just consistent air drumming, man. And like that's just what taught me, though. So those are some of my favorite drummers growing up, though, man. And obviously the game has changed now. There's so many to choose from, but those are the
Yeah.
drummers that really kind of shone a light for me to start playing.
Yeah, man, I dig it. And you know, I was the same way. I learned by playing drums pretty much by stacking up some books on my bed and you know, having some drumsticks and playing along to that shit on my headphones because I had to hit,
Yeah,
you know, you improvise, you know, if you ain't got shit.
yeah, dude.
And it's just I ended up getting my first drum set by chance. The first day of spring break, I had some friends over and electrical fire caught my house on fire. And
Oh,
yeah, bro. So I ended up claiming all this shit got damaged in my room, posters and albums and cassettes, and I got like $400 back. I ended up buying one of my best friend's brother's drum set from him for like $325. And then from
yeah.
then on, I started jamming with him, and one thing led to
Oh,
another. But yeah, bro, if it
that's
wasn't for
sick.
the house catching fire, I wouldn't have got my first drum set. So
Dude, that story's fire. That's dope.
what a blessing, man! What a blessing,
Yeah,
Lord. You know, hell, it was meant to be. So,
that's what's up,
uh,
man.
well, let me ask you this: what was your first concert?
My first concert as a kid, or first one
Yeah,
that I played?
no, that you went to go see
Dude,
with your dad. I'm sure, right?
yeah. So my first two were with my dad, and well, I remember being a super, super little kid, and like going to like my uncle would take me like get drunk and take me to the Tejano concerts, and like those were dope. I have vivid memories of those. But
Yeah,
the first like concert I remember being at, when I was like, oh, I was kind of taken back. I was probably like 10 years old, and
yeah.
my dad took me. We lived in Austin at the time, and my pops took me to go see Tesla. They were doing
Wow.
like a 4th of July like big concert night,
Yeah,
and so Tesla was the first live band that I remember being like, oh dang, I think I want to do this. You know, like
they're good. Yeah,
yeah. And that's a throwback band, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like I grew up on that stuff, man.
yeah.
And then the second band I got to see live with my pops that I remember vividly was Dream Theater. And
Ooh,
that was another
hell,
one that was just kind of like, dang, dude. So, but yeah, those are the first two live concerts that I got to see as a kid.
that is freaking awesome. Those are awesome shows, man. I knew it was gonna be good when you were telling me that your dad, you know, was already a jammer and into the classic rock.
Yeah.
Those are great ones right there. So, what was the first band that you played for, or better yet, also, how old were you when you first started with that band?
Oh man, the first band I played for, I had a punk band. Well, we never played a show in middle school. I started my first band technically. I was
Okay.
like in
Yeah.
7th grade, I think, and we were called Bitter Truth. And really, it was just me. And this is how long ago this was. This was me and a kid in class that played guitar. I was on drums, and we would record. You remember how you would record cassette tapes back in the day?
Yeah.
So he would record himself like playing a riff, and then he would bring it to school the next day, and then give me the tape, and I tried to like come up with drums in my room, and like that was my first technical band. But I'm trying to remember what the first legit band I was in. There were so many, man. That's the first one I remember though. Middle school. That's when it started for me.
Middle school, Bitter Truth, man. Bitter
Bitter
Truth.
Truth, man.
That's tight. That's tight. And so, tell me, how did Relent get formed? Did you start that yourself?
I did, man. I did. Like I said, I grew up playing in bands, man. I grew up playing in bands. From music was the thing that kind of just stuck with me.
Yeah.
Music and sports, I'm real passionate about. And once I got to high school, man, it was kind of like I had to make a choice. You know, like most of us do. Like, am I going to stick to sports or
Yeah.
music? And I ended up being just a straight up band nerd and just playing in bands, man. And so I just that kind of became my life. And
Yeah.
for years, Relent started in the end of 2015, going into 2016 is when it was birthed. And
Cool.
Relent was a just a symbol of like my life change and how my life changed. And people know me now as like, oh, this dude that loves Jesus and like he's all about God. But my life prior to that was like absolutely like insane.
Yeah.
And so Relent was really like the turning point in my life where I, dedicated my life differently, and I wanted to represent that, as an
Yeah.
artist, like we all do. Some guys paint, some guys, build cars. Like I play music. That's the only way I feel like I know how to express, what's going on inside of me. So I started a band called Relent, and and we haven't turned back. So it's been dope, man.
That I like that, man. I like that. So who writes the music for the band, and do the other guys help write the lyrics for you?
No, so as far as lyrics go, it's just me. Our first group of dudes that we had for Relent, me and our guitar player Chris at the time were the main writers. And I grew up with the guy, man. Since we were kids, we'd known each other. We were in bands all through our teenage years, so we kind of already had that bond of like what we wanted to hear, you know. So we were good at that. So the first two Relent releases are Chris and I doing the writing, and then this new one that's about to actually Heavy. We did Heavy. That was Chris and I as well, along with our producers. Heavy was the first record where we actually got to sit and be produced. So you'll hear a lot of different stuff in there, but that's, shout out to our producers Richie and Robbie for doing that. But this new record that's about to drop is that was me and our producer. Chris is no longer in the band, so it kind of had to change things up a little bit. And this is my first record where I had to sit down and like really get tight with the producer.
Yeah.
But the guys in the band now, they still help out with stuff. A lot of the pre-production we do, like prior to going to the studio, takes place at our home studios.
Okay.
My guitar player Brandon has a home studio. I have a little one at my house, and so we're constantly like writing ideas and stuff. So they still put in work when it comes to writing. But it's just when you're in the studio, things change and stuff happens. It's just you get rolling creatively. So but man, we there's a little bit of everything for everybody. But lyrically, it's just me, and
Killer, man. So the Heart Attack album, that was self-produced, just you and Chris?
Yeah, that was me, Chris, and that was me and Chris, man. Honestly, I think there might have been a couple songs where a couple people like dipped in for a little bit, but for the most part, it was just me and Chris just getting ideas out, man.
Very, very cool, man. You already had that vision, man, and putting it together.
For sure, man. Yeah.
Very well arranged and all that, man. And 9 fucking banging tracks out there, but I gotta call a few of them out right here. On the Heart Attack album, the right from the get-go, 6 Feet Under Me, boom, he starts banging away, man. And then Send a Miracle, dude. And I love the shout out on Send a Miracle. I let hit him with a faith bomb, bro.
Yeah.
With a faith bomb. Yeah, dude, you go hard. You sing that, man, it comes hard, dude. And I like Jesus Freak, man. I love it.
Yeah, people love that one, yeah.
And of course, my favorite is Rise right there, man. Rise is, heavy as fuck, man. Just
thank you, bro.
I love it. I love the soul. I love the soul coming off of that one. Yeah. And was there like, since there were so many years before building up into recording Heart Attack, did you have like extra material left over from Heart Attack that kind of bled over into the Heavy album?
I don't think so. Honestly, I think it was the opposite. When we recorded Heart Attack, we had so many songs that we weren't signed at the time. So it was like really expensive to record everything we had. And I'm not one to like lay down and be like, okay, well, let's just we'll do a decent recording. And, I was like, no. Like we have to, everything I try to put out has to be like, I understand money talks and I'm about it. Like, I'm not going to lay down and be like, take the cheap route. That's just not my style. So, we had tons of songs written for Heart Attack. And so you got to hear all those things. But when it came to, I think when it took so long for Heart Attack to come out, because in the midst of Heart Attack, we recorded it, then we get signed. So now we're adding more songs to it, right? Now we don't have to pay for it. The label's paying for it. So we're like, hey, let's go record more songs. So, but we knocked it out. And then by the time Heart Attack was done and released, we had grown as musicians. We kind of like we're thinking a different way about song structures and writings and stuff.
Yeah.
We all were going through different things in our lives. And so all those little flavors kind of tied into like, this sounds horrible. Like, this album sucks. Let's write something else. Like, but I remember thinking that, like, dude, we can do better. Like, let's write something better. And and now it's free. Like, we get this paid for it. No, I'm just kidding. So, but yeah, that's how Heavy started, man. Heavy was just like let's do what we do, but let's make it better. And I think that's something I've always tried to aim for.
Yeah.
Whatever we do, the next one has to be better. Let's do better. So
keep setting that bar a little higher, man.
For sure, man.
You got to set. It's like they say. Satisfaction can be the death of desire, man. So
I never heard that. That's deep.
Yeah, keep the hunger, and I know you, man. You're just getting started. Just getting started, man.
Thank you,
So
bro.
on Heavy, did you guys get out and do some touring on that one?
We did, man. Heavy was a little weird because it was still in the middle of the pandemic stuff, and
Yeah.
like so it came out and we were excited, but it's 2021 and people are still like, I don't know if I'm excited. I don't know if I'm gonna go out to the show. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was a little rough, man. We did a couple legs of the Heavy tour. We called it the Heavy tour, and we had
Hell
some cool
yeah.
runs. But we were definitely still in the midst of like all that stuff, and it did affect it. But now we had I wish it could have been a better cycle, honestly, with that album. But it is what it is, man. We made the most of it.
Good, man. And you're hungry, man. You're grinding. You got to
For
make the
sure.
most of it. Things are opening up, and bars are starting to book bands. Man,
Yeah,
we're booking, man. Let's go. Let's hit the road.
for
It's time
sure, man.
to get back out there and spread the Relent word, man. Hell, you
Let's
know,
get it.
over here, during the COVID time, man, I did my best to stay busy. I think there was only like maybe 6 weeks, like right in that first 6 weeks when the shit really hit the fan and
Yeah,
everything shut down, that I didn't really do anything. And after that, the first bar that let me play, we were in there playing, man, and it didn't get packed or anything. Don't get me wrong, people
yeah,
that at ease, but we had a pretty decent crowd considering the circumstances that were going on. And
for sure.
we just wanted to jam, just like you guys. As soon as you could hit the road, bam. And was that with the van that right now you're trying to replace that you took on the
Yeah,
road?
that was with the older van. So everything was rough in that season. It was just like but we're grinders, man. That's what I love with the guys that I have in the band now. Like or even the past guys too. They've always had the mentality of like, we're just gonna grind it out, and
Yeah,
it's gonna suck. It's not always gonna be comfortable, but this is what we signed up for, and so let's get it.
let's get it. Hell yes. Well, I know last year was a huge year for El Nino, dude. And you guys were playing festivals all over the fucking place, playing Whack in
Yeah,
Alcatraz. And you were even like opening up the stage for fucking Metallica and
yeah.
direct support for freaking Seven Dust right around the holidays and
Mm-hmm.
Five Finger Death Punch right before that.
Yeah.
Tell me about last year, man. Did you have some big highs and did you have any lows throughout the year?
Dude, honestly, last year it was still kind of a blur, man. Like, there's so much that happened, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it was a dream come true for me. It really was, man. And I'm still kind of
Woo!
like, I'm still in the high of it. Like, I loved everything that happened last year.
Yeah.
I love El Nino, dude. Like, and I love El Nino as the entity that it is. I've always been a
Yeah.
fan. I grew up a fan. So to be able to be a part, something so special is, dude, there's no words to describe it, man. But last year was amazing. It was a rush, bro. It happened so fast, and I almost don't even remember how it happened. It just happened. And but dude, no, we crushed it last year, bro. I mean, every festival, every tour we had, like it was just like we were just demolishing like these arenas,
Woo!
man. And it was just like, bro, this is dope, And
Yeah.
El Nino's the best that's ever sounded, in my opinion. It's the best lineup we've had. And I'm not being biased because I'm that. I think I'm speaking of my other brothers in the band. Like, they're the best dudes. They're talented as heck, man. Like, I love them, man. And it's
Yeah.
just the best group of dudes to be around. And so I'm excited for the future. But last year was, woo, that was dope, man. That's gonna be hard to top.
It's
But
gonna be hard to top.
yeah, but
You know
there's
what?
a lot of going on. So this year's gonna be dope too, man.
Yeah, with you guys drive, man. I have a feeling it's gonna get topped, and that's because you just got
Yeah.
more room, more territory to start hitting. You
Yeah.
already set a great groundwork. The
Yep.
festivals want you right back.
Yep.
You're gonna be in high demand, dude. Very high demand. So, and in between, you got Relent kicking ass
Yeah.
all in between, and
Yeah.
maybe wouldn't it be awesome to get Relent and Il Nino on a few of these gigs somewhere
Dude,
down the line, right?
Well, yeah. Well, that's funny. That's how I got the gig with El
Oh,
Nino.
hell
Was
yeah.
Relent opened up for El Nino in Austin, Texas last July.
Oh shit.
And it was kind of just like an unintentional the venue, we were just talking about this the other day. The venue owner in Austin, he's a great dude, and just happened. I had messages about the show like when they announced the tour, and he was like, "Yo, dude, there's no space for there's no space for locals." I was like, "Cool, man." Well, like 2 weeks before the show, he hits me. I was like, "Hey, they opened up for a local. You
Ooh.
down?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're down." So we just went and we just did our thing, man. We had a blast. We jammed, and I was able to catch up with Marcus and meet the guys, and just kind of just small talk. There was no intention, but shortly after that, Relent ended up being on tour, and that's when I got the call for the Ill Niño gig, and I was like,
Wow.
That's how it happened. So moving, that'd be amazing for Relent to do something with Ill Niño. That's. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's cool, man. I'm satisfied either way. But that'd be a dope tour, man. That'd be dope.
Super special, man. Super.
But my vocals would hurt. I'm telling you.
Hey, when I play for a cover band, and we do 3 45-minute to an hour set, and we're doing like Machine Head, Lamb of God, Hate Breed, Pantera, Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, Judas Priest, and if I can do it, you can do it. I'm 50.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Oh, man. Now you got me feeling all bad for saying that comment, dog.
Hey, I know you, man. You're going to make that voice shine, bro. And take some, the tips that Marcus has been able to reach out to, you know what I mean? And get some great vocal tips along the way from some pros,
For sure, man.
And I'm sure you've probably done the same thing already, For me, between sets, I'm doing like cough drops. Maybe a shot of a Fireball right before it starts up, just to kind of give it a little coating, and it seems to do the trick. It seems. I think my biggest struggle is dehydrating. By the set or third set, my hand will start cramping up because I'm sweating it out. I'm not putting enough water back in me, and during the set, I'm not drinking. I'm just chugging the waters, and at best by the third set, maybe I'll have a Red Bull and vodka, to kind of keep things
kind of chill out.
Whatever it takes, because by then it's like, hell. Third freaking set, let's come in for the kill and have a good time.
You're pushing through. Yeah, you're like, let's get through this set and I'm done.
That's right. Exactly, man. But that would be super exciting to see. Relent opening up for Ill Niño, man. That'd be super fucking exciting. So,
that'd be a blessing, man, for sure.
We got big news coming up. We got World War Me coming out April 7th, and it's going to be coming out worldwide. And we got Soldier dropping this weekend.
Tonight at midnight.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody in the chat room, let's see who we got in there. We got Rob Trevino. What's up, Rob? We got Relent in the house. You got your brothers from Relent chiming in. What's up?
Yeah.
Marcus right there in the house. Tell him about Marcus says, tell him about our country warm-ups.
Oh, dude.
I've heard about the country before the set, man. Marcus saying, hey, we're getting ready, and we got the country music in the background. So what's up with the warm-ups?
Dude, it's one of those things I think people anticipate. Like, that we've had people come on our bus and like they want to see like what the pregame is.
Yeah.
And literally me and Marcus are in the back lounge, door closed, country blasted, dog, and we're just singing our butts off, bro.
Oh,
and for us, it's because you get loose, it's music you love.
Yes.
And you're warming up the vocals, and it's more of a mental thing. It just gets you in the mindset of like, man, we're about to go have the best time of our lives. This is gonna do it.
I'm telling you.
It's the best, man.
I love that story, man. That's so cool. And doing it with your brother right there, man, loosening up and singing your ass, knowing you're gonna go out there and have the time of your life with the best fucking band you could ask for behind y'all. You banging it out right there along with Dave, man. Holy, and dude, it must be something else playing alongside Dave, bro. I love Dave's style. I've been a fan of his.
He's a machine, bro. He's
just. What really got my attention, I've always heard him, and I always thought he was tight. But when I heard him come out on the Roadrunner All Stars, and he did that jam where it was, I think, Matt Heafy wrote it for King Diamond to sing.
Yeah,
and it was all pure King Diamond, and Dave still had that El Nino touch. You still hear Dave, but it was
the tribal,
Dude. Oh man, he's such a pro. Such a freaking pro.
He doesn't miss, bro. I'll tell you that on the road, like, and he's an older cat too, obviously, but man, my guy for his age and what he's doing, he doesn't miss, bro. He's one of the hardest hitting, fattest pocket drummer that I've ever played with, man. He don't miss, man. I love that dude so much.
I love it. And Propane is one of my favorite bands, man. And he was playing for several years, and I love oh my God, man. Dave Mescal, singer, bass player for Propane. Oh man, got so much respect for all the grinding that Dave's done throughout the years, and Terror Universal. fucking another great project of his.
Yep.
Super, just amazing.
He don't miss, bro. I'm telling you.
Right? Hell yeah, man. You get a better team right there to be a part of. So we got Soldier getting ready to come out tonight. That's going to be awesome. Is there going to be a video accompanying it?
There is. There's a video dropping with it that we kind of teased already, but no one knew when it was coming out. But it's going to drop with the song. So
wow,
I'm really stoked for that. Is Marcus on here? I let Marcus see it.
He might still be on there. Marcus, if you're there, put some horns up there. Say what's up.
Yeah, but no, I'm really stoked for people to get the visual of that, man. But there will be a video dropping with the song too. So
hell yes, I'm going to be checking it out. And everybody out there on the Tony Gomez Show, make sure you're checking it out. 12 o'clock dropping tonight. And go to after the show. Make sure you're tuning into the show right now. Don't get off, but make sure you go to Relent's YouTube channel. Subscribe to that and check out all the great other videos they got for Low, for Take It in Hand, right? Did I get that right?
Say it again.
Think you got it.
Think you got it. Yeah.
Ghost. Check out the video for Ghost. Check out the video for Heavy, man. Just check out the site. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to want more. And that brings me to another topic, man. You guys are going to be here not too long, right? Or it's at House of Rock with Smile Empty Soul.
Smile Empty Soul, April 1st. And it's not a joke. We're actually going to play. So no April Fool's Day there. But yeah, April 1st, House of Rock, Relent, and Smile Empty Soul. And it's going to be dope, man. I'm excited.
Shoot, man. I'm there for sure, bro. So let me ask you, I know you guys were just in San Antonio. You won the battle for walk-in right there in round 1. Where and when is going to be round 2?
Round 2 was in Austin. That happened last week, and we won that one too. But unfortunately, we found out that we were dropped from the competition the other day.
What? Oh, hell.
Yeah. No, it was all good, man. So when we got the call about the battle, it was from a promoter from San Antonio that, obviously knows us.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, there's this battle going on. Do you guys want to jump in? And we were like, yeah, sure. I got to play whacking last year with Nino, and like it's amazing, bro. Like it's something you have to be there. Yeah. You have to experience it. And so I was like, dude, I'd love for the guys to experience that. Let's try the battle, see what happens. So we did it. We won the first round, won the second round, and then we get a call, and they're like, you guys signed? And I was like, yeah, why? They're like, oh, you're not supposed to be signed to play the battle. You're supposed to be unsigned bands. And I was like, well, they didn't tell us that. We literally had no idea, man. So we showed up and just did our thing. We weren't trying to we didn't know. We honestly didn't know. It was a miscommunication. Yeah. And so they told us, hey, we're going to have to drop you guys. And it's all love, bro. We got it. There was no hard feelings. So.
Right. Hey, I get it. Exactly right. Damn. They're lost.
Yeah.
But good, bro. Whoever gets your spot, they're coming from Texas. So
we're representing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly, man. And way to be supportive, man. The way I feel, it's just like high tide is gonna raise all ships. So
yeah, absolutely, bro. There you go. See, I love it, man. I love the way you think, dog.
Thank you, brother. And so you also are gonna be here with Ill Niño on May 31st. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. And that package is going to be a full load as well. I think we're going to have a local support. I'm not too sure who it's going to be yet, who the lucky local band's going to be. But we got some great local bands to choose from.
Nice.
So we'll see. I'm excited about that one, man. Shit. Of course I'm going to be at that one as well. But, you guys are going to be doing all of Confession. How is it learning all of Confession? Drumming.
It's fun, man. It's a Confession, and like I said, Ill Niño was such a big part of my life that being able to play the music now is it's like second nature, because it's like I already know the songs. They're like embedded in my blood,
Yeah.
And so I'm not having to learn the songs. If anything, I'm perfecting them, and I'm just trying to do my best to represent them, because they were especially the first 2 albums. They're such a pioneer albums of new metal, and they're amazing records, bro. So, but rehearsing the songs has been a blast. Me and Marcus have had vocal days where I go to his house and we pull up the little studio, and we just start hammering harmonies and coming up with ideas to make the live set better. And it's just been so fun, man. It's been amazing. I can't wait for it.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. I love it, man. I'm so excited about where you guys are going to be going. And I gotta ask you. So what's over the past year was it was like a blur doing all those shows with Ill Niño all over the place. But was there one show that was your favorite? That
Oh man, that's
above
a
all
hard
these other
question.
bad shows, one that just like oh wow.
There's I'm gonna have to say two, bro.
Okay.
One was in Spain. When we got to Spain, there was just something about the crowd in Spain when we got there. It just, I mean, it just changed everything. Like it was just amazing, and the way they responded to the music, the set just went off, bro. I mean, they were just like, I remember. I think Marcus talked about it in an interview he did with you. I'm not sure,
He
but
did.
there was a point where they started like chanting in the
Yeah.
middle of the song, and like, bro, literally, I got teary eyed and I had chills, and I was just like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And it was just one of those moments where I really got to like soak in, like, oh, this is the norm now. This is dope, bro. Like, And
Yeah.
so Spain for sure, and then I'm gonna have to go with oh man, Five Finger Death Punch when we played with them in Bulgaria and Hungary.
Wow.
It was my first real like arena show, like packed out arena show,
Whoa.
and it was one of those like I'll never forget it. Like it was it was amazing. It was beautiful, and like it changed everything for me. So
Yeah.
I'm spoiled now. They ain't going back. Like
Right.
I've tasted the glory, and I want some more. So
Oh, I'm telling you, thank the Lord, man. Thank the
yeah,
Lord.
man.
Makes it all possible. Makes it all possible, and it keeps you strong and powerful. Thank
Absolutely,
goodness.
bro. I'm humble.
And
I'm just a hood dude from San Antonio. Like, so for me, when I get to be on stages like that, it's like, dude, I used to dream about this stuff when I was a kid. Now it's here. This is wild.
here in your hand, you're doing it, man. Hey, but
Yeah.
it's earned, man. It's earned, and be proud of that. And keep it up.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man.
It's awesome, man. So let me ask you, are you a collector of anything? Because I mean, I collect a lot of rock and roll souvenirs, posters, some concerts, vinyls like crazy.
I'm actually not a collector.
Okay.
That's never been my thing. I think now like I'm collecting like my laminates and all the overseas stuff that we've done. I'm collecting every little thing I can. But
Cool.
no, I'm not really a collector of anything.
All right.
Maybe some headaches for my kids. I collect those. Does that count? Just kidding.
So you said you had kids. How many kids you got?
I got two, man. I got a boy and a girl. I got a 14-year-old son named Dominic, and I got a 12-year-old daughter named Acacia. So I got two.
So blessed, man. So blessed.
Dude,
oh,
they're
wow.
amazing, man. They're my world.
And then they're teens right now. Wow, man. And
14 and 12, yeah.
I that was a tough time for my daughter when she was in the team, man. She ran away and we couldn't find her one day. She was doing shit, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
keep an eye on them, man. They go through a lot of changes right then.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Those 3 years here, from one father to another. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man. It's hard work, bro, but I love them to death. We have the best relationship, man.
Oh man, and I know it's hard whenever you gotta be away, going overseas and being away from them like that.
Yeah.
Them not having dad around ain't easy.
That's why I'm grateful for things like FaceTime and stuff like that. That still for the somewhat locks it in. But my goal is when I am home is to love on them so much that when I'm away, it feels like I never left. That way they don't have an excuse to be like, oh well, dad wasn't there. It's just like when I am here, I'm here and I'm yours, and we're gonna do this thing, and I love you. And I'm gonna love you on you so much that when daddy leaves, it's like I never left because you don't really miss me as much because we have such a good time together. I love my kids, man. They're the best.
Oh, and I love it, man. I'm sure you're an amazing father, brother. If you're half the father that you are a singer, you're setting the bar high.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
Hell yes. So, what about movies, man? Big movies, horror movies, or action?
I love mystery thrillers. That's like my favorite movie. Like the one where you got to like guess the whole time and you're on the edge of your seat. Those are my favorite movies, bro.
Like those Salaman movies and stuff.
Dude, yeah. I was literally watching his one of his recent ones called Old the other night, and I love those. The ones that get you thinking. I'm like, dude, I love those movies.
I'm a big fan of those too. I know he's got one that's getting ready to come out maybe this weekend. It's got Batista in it as well.
I saw that, and Batista he looks like, bro, did you lose your mind? I kind of like this dog. I was like, this
Me
is
too.
dope.
Yeah.
So,
But Batista keeps blowing me away. The funny stuff he does in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's cut up and just been a big fan. Just been a big fan of the other silly movies he's kind of made along the way that are kind of family friendly kind of flicks.
yeah, he's a talented dude, man.
Very much so. Very much so. What about wrestling? You dig wrestling?
Bro, all day, dog. I love. I grew up a wrestling snob, man. I love wrestling.
Yeah.
I love everything about it. I honestly, the newer stuff, I'm not as much into it, but I still love it. I do. I still watch it.
Yeah, my favorite was the old school Stone Cold WWE era. With Undertaker and The Rock and DX. Those are days, man. It would seem like a concert, dude. The music.
Yeah, dude.
Explosions and lights and everybody losing their freaking mind. Hellraisers coming out and kicking ass with each other. I was like, yeah.
It was the best, man.
Watching Southwest Championship Wrestling with Tully Blanchard and Bruiser Brody and Divine.
Yeah.
And I'd see him in a place over at the Coliseum over here in Corpus Christi. And and then I got into music, so I kind of, drifted away from the wrestling and all that shit. And it was just nothing but punk rock and get into early thrash metal crossover and shit like that. And then I just kind of blended right back into the WWE era. Caught my attention one day on TV and like, holy shit. And so I was a hardcore fan for about the next 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And, how do you feel about The Rock? What do you think? You still dig The Rock?
I do, man. Like, I mean, the guy is uber talented, bro. You can't really hate on it. He's mastered his craft, and like, there's nothing bad to say about him. Like, it's just like he killed it. Like he took an opportunity and he just ran with it. And dude, he's murdering it right now. I love it.
I love it too, man. Well, I tell you what, I like it. I like to move to a segment that I do with all my interviewees, and it's called Draw the Line, man. I want to kind of see who you're going to pick out of these sets of bands, singers. And if I were to put you in a situation where you had to pick a particular singer to maybe sing alongside you, or maybe sing in your place, which one would it be? All right. Or maybe a band to maybe join you on the road. So I try and make it a little tricky for you, because I don't want to make it an easy choice, but
yeah.
Started with my first one of the day. Daniel, you ready to roll? I hope so, because he usually backs me up on this. The first band we're going to be talking about right here, our first two bands, are Falling Up versus The Protest. What do you think about these guys? And who would you go with? Who you want to bring on the tour with you?
Well, I've already toured with The Protest.
Holy smoke, yeah.
Yeah, and I love those guys. I don't know who Falling Up is. I don't think I've heard of them. Yeah, but The Protests are my dudes, man.
Yeah.
I love those guys. So I'm going to go with The Protests.
Was that maybe like during the heavy cycle?
Right before the heavy cycle, we did a tour with 7 Day Slumber, The Protests, and I think it was, I can't remember. It might have been GFM or something. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, dude, we connected with those guys, and we love them, man. They're amazing. They do a lot of our merch designs for Relent. So,
wow, that's tight.
Yeah.
And you good designs, dude. I really did.
Man.
Very cool, very cool. Well, that brings me to my next topic. And you actually did a I think you joined in, or maybe it was more of the band. You got to tell me. But with 7 Day Slumber versus Disciple.
Ooh, that's a toughie.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to pick one, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Disciple, only because we haven't toured with them yet.
Okay.
And we do have a cool announcement coming up in regarding them. So that's all I can say about that. But I mean, they're obviously, mad respect. They're pioneers of Christian rock, man. So it's like, dude, the same mentality towards the rock is like, brother, they've been killing it for years. Like, you can't say anything about it. Like, it's dope. And I will. I can't wait, honestly, to tour with them. So
Very exciting. Hell yeah, man. Well, how about this one? How about Nonpoint versus Seven Dust?
Oh, that's tough. Actually, no, that's not tough. I love both of those bands. And obviously we got to tour with them this past December.
Yes.
But Seven Dust was huge for me, man. So I'm gonna go Seven Dust all day, man.
Awesome. Speaking of Seven Dust, what was the first tour that you got a chance to see him live on?
It was actually with Ill Niño in 2002. It was like a little radio festival thing. It wasn't even like a full tour.
Oh,
But dude, it was a dope lineup. It was Element 80. It was Life of Agony,
oh shit.
Flaw, Seven Dust, Ill Niño, and Drowning Pool. And it was dope, bro. That was
Big.
my first Ill Niño show. It was in 2001 or two, and dude, it was amazing. So yeah, that was a dope lineup.
Super lineup right there. Damn, man. Unforgettable. Okay, how about between Mudvayne versus Slipknot?
Ooh, I'm gonna go Slipknot all day, bro.
All day.
Yeah, mad respect to both of them, but I've been actually last year at Hellfest was my first time seeing Slipknot.
Ooh, that's right.
And it was dope. It was amazing. So,
damn, you just see him side stage?
No, they block all that stuff off, and so like we were just in the crowd hanging out. But
nice.
that's where you want for a Slipknot show. That's where you want to be. You
With
want
the
to feel.
Yeah,
man. The people, it's just their fans are ridiculous, dog. So, it was dope. It was mad dope.
What a moment. That's super tight. And okay, I got to get to these next guys right here. How about between these two singers, a couple of my favorite guys right here. How about between Sonny Sandoval versus Jacoby Shaddix?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Dang, you're getting good now, dude. That's tough, man. That's really tough. But my man Sonny, bro,
Ooh.
that's my dog, man. And he was obviously, if you can't tell, he was a huge inspiration to me growing up in the new metal scene. And so, mad love for him, mad respect to him. And man, that'd be a dope tour. That'd be a dope POD Relent. That'd be dope.
Yes, man. I can see you guys being on the same festival someplace together, POD and Ill Niño and Sonny going on stage and jamming with Marcus, man, doing the song together.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a dope tour right there.
It's bound to happen, man. It's bound to happen. Hell yeah. Okay, I got one more for you, man. And this one, we're talking about two greats in their field, and their bands are fucking killers. And I mentioned both of these guys somewhere along the line right here, and I'm talking about these guys right here. Lejean Witherspoon versus Corey Taylor.
Oh, that's tough. That is tough, bro. That's saucy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Lejean, dog. That's just that's my guy, bro. Like obviously Sonny's a big inspiration. Lejean is a huge inspiration to my vocal style, and just the soul he brought to the game, bro. Like there's nothing like it, man. And I grew up like I love R&B, I love soul music. That's my thing. So to hear him blend it with the new metal stuff the way he did, it was like it was the perfect thing for me as a kid. So I'm going Lejean all day though. Mad love to Corey though. Mad love to Corey.
Yes, man.
He changed the game.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Lejean once, and it was funny how it happened because they were in town. It was on the home tour, and they played a place over here called the Center Theater downtown. And me and my drummer at the time for Killamora wanted to get Lejean's autograph, and we were hanging out right at the edge of the bus. And Lejean was probably about 15 feet away with a crowd of people, man, just hanging out and shit. And then we were just waiting there patiently with our shit. We wanted to give him one of our CDs. And it was funny. We're watching him. I'm watching every move. And he kind of looks at us, and he tells one of the guys there, "Hey, I'll be right back." And he comes to us, and he goes, "Hey, man, who are you guys?" And it was, "No, we're just fans, man. We just kind of wanted to say hi and maybe take a picture and get your autograph. I thought you guys were with the band or something, man, because, you kind of look like you're with the band." We do have a band. Oh, really, man? So, and after that, he was just all ears, just, very interested and just super guy, dude.
He's a sweet dude, man. He's your just like 100% all-American bro. He's just a good dude, man.
Oh man, and what a blessing, man! And he's your brother now. You know what I mean? You sharing the stage together, doing the gigs right around Christmas time, and that Christmas spirit being in the air. I gotta give you a shout out because I do a Christmas show here that I've already done for 3 years called Tony's Twisted Christmas Spectacular. I do a benefit yearly, and last year we raised $900 for the Coastal Bend Food Bank, and almost over 200 pounds of food was donated. And it's got 16 players in it, and it's 3 different bands with 3 drummers. Each one's got 2 different guitar players with 3 different singers. And man, it's a big fucking but it's my proudest moment. That's why I keep going on. But it's because I'm leading up to you doing your song, dude. Oh my God, dude.
You're talking about the Christmas song?
You on that Christmas record, man. You guys kicked ass on that freaking track, dude.
Thank you, bro.
Holy
you so
smoke,
much.
your vocals, bro. It's like, damn, so freaking well done. From beginning to end, man, I just kept on putting it on because I love Christmas music, and that's when I do
that's my favorite season, bro. Christmas, dude.
Yes, man, of course. Hell yeah, man. And my Christmas show is based off of, I call it Tony's Twisted because, man, I'm a big Twisted Sister fan, and they did their Christmas show doing their variation on all these Christmas classics done Twisted Sister style. And so we do those songs, 8 of theirs, plus we've done like Lemmy's version of goddamn, I'm at a loss for words, man. But we've done like The Little Drummer Boy, we did Frosty the Snowman, and the list goes on. It just keeps growing. Son of a gun. And if you're in San Antonio, I've tried to get Marcus here last year, but that was a tricky time because that's right before y'all went on tour of Seven Dust. We had it on December 23rd. And I think you guys were just like getting ready to hit the road right then. And
I think we left that day, or the 23rd or 24th.
Yeah, man. So, God willing, dude, because you're such an awesome guy, and I know you love Christmas. And if I can get you and Marcus to join us on a few of these songs next year, come down to Corpus, it would mean the world to us. So the invite's out there. Let's just play it by ear. Let's see how schedules work out, all right?
I'll drag Marcus by his hair if he doesn't want to go. I just wrap it around my head and we drag him out.
Yes. Hey, it's the best time of the year, man. And just
dude, I love
the way we sing in our faith is the way I bring it to the table, and all the other singers that join us. And man, it just feels so good when you're playing with all your bros. When you're on stage with 8 guys, that's my chance to feel like it is to play in Slipknot, because and you feel that with Ill Niño, man. You got 6 guys with you. It's like, wow, dude, power.
It's a powerhouse, bro. Yeah, it's amazing. Ooh. It's the best feeling, man. I love it.
The best, man. Well, Miggy, so tell me what's coming up in the near future for you real quick, and let's refresh people about the new song Soldier coming out tonight, new video. Real quick, in your words, tell us real quick.
Man, so Soldier drops tonight at midnight.
Up for Relent.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, Soldier drops tonight at midnight. We're stoked on that, bro. Like I'm really, really excited to get this out. I feel it's our best material since day one, Yeah. So tonight at midnight, actually at 11 p.m. because it'll be midnight on the East Coast, and it'll be 11 here. So at 11, you can go to Spotify and stuff and check it out. But the video will drop shortly after, and then we have the album War War Me dropping April 7th, which is 2.5-ish weeks away. So, dude, we're just beyond stoked to get this stuff out and people hear it, and then we're busting our butts behind the scenes. We got tour announcements. We have just dope stuff coming up for us, man, and we can't wait. For the time is right, we're gonna say it, but we can't wait to announce all these things.
Awesome, so exciting, bro. So April 1st, you'll be at the House of Rock with Smile Empty Soul.
Yeah.
Yes, and then back again, we'll have you at the House of Rock with Ill Niño and an awesome tour package. Do you know which bands are going to particularly be there that night? May 31st over here?
I know Through Fire, I believe, is there, and then Dropout Kings. I know the 2 on the bottom are like alternating. They're doing certain days.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Dude, it's going to be an amazing tour, man. We're going to have so much fun. Obviously playing Confessions front to back. It's a huge thing to do. So, dude, this year's gonna be dope. But I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
That is super exciting, man. Well, I'm going to wrap things up for tonight. Miggy, you've been a fantastic guest, man. It's been like talking to an old friend.
Yeah, brother. Same way. Likewise, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
So exciting for me, and such a pleasure getting to know you tonight. And thanks for sharing your last hour with us over here. And guys, all my listeners on the Tony Gomez Show on our podcast and on the YouTube channel and our Facebook page, please give me a like and subscribe. But please also go check out Relent's YouTube channel. Check them out on Spotify or your favorite music platform. Give them a like. Get familiar with the jazz, man, because April 1st, when they're here in town, man, you're going to want to sing along to those songs with me, like Rise, like freaking Ghost, like Walk, like Last Days, man. And Soldiers getting ready to hit tonight. So I'm sure that's going to be coming with a big hook. That's going to be easy to catch, big as hell. And
hopefully, it might be different. We'll see. Not enough.
Man, awesome, man. Well, once again, Miggy, say bye to everybody, brother.
Bro, thank you so much, guys. Tonight at midnight, Soldier drops. Blast it, share it everywhere. Let me know what you guys think, man. Me and the guys appreciate you guys so much. And then don't forget to catch me this summer, Ill Niño. It's going to be amazing. We got so many stuff coming up, and it's going to be so dope, man. So I'm starting to see a lot of my friends and family all year long, so I can't wait.
It's going to be amazing. Hell yeah. Be sure you go check out Miggy on his Facebook, on his Instagram. Keep up with Ill Niño. Keep up with Relent. Check it out. Thanks a lot for tuning in for the Tony Gomez Show tonight, and I'll see you at the next show.
Deuce.